Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really jumping into quite a whirlwind 24 hours.
Yeah, it all kicks off with this character waking up after a wild party.
Right, a monumental hangover, actually. And from there, it just spirals. Relationship drama, campus rumors.
And some really unexpected emotional truths start coming out.
Exactly. Our source is this chapter from a narrative, and it gives us this incredibly close look, almost intimate, at the characters' thoughts, their feelings, their interactions.
And our mission here, well, it's to sort of untangle this really complex web. We're looking at emotions, motivations.
Misunderstandings.
Definitely misunderstandings, especially when you throw in things like loyalty, reputation, and all these feelings that nobody's actually talking about openly.
We'll be digging into those key moments where, personal boundaries, status, or perceived status, anyway, and just genuine care really start to reshape things under all this pressure.
Yeah, how relationships bend and sometimes break.
So, get ready. It's pretty raw, some honest moments, surprising revelations as we unpack the aftermath of this night and what it all means for these characters. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. The morning after, it's chaotic.
Oh, yeah.
Abby, our main character, wakes up. She's on a bathroom floor.
Not ideal. After, 15 glasses of tequila for her 19th birthday?
Yeah, 15. It's not looking good.
No, but what's really striking right away is Travis. He's there.
He is. And his role here is unexpected.
Totally. He apparently stayed with her all night, kept her hair out of the sink, even made this little, mattress for her out of towels and blankets on the floor.
Dedication. Considering the circumstances.
It really is. And the text says he looked just as badly off as she did. He wasn't just watching, he was enduring it with her.
It immediately clashes with that bad boy image, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It shows this deep concern.
So Abby finally sort of surfaces, and Travis's reaction. It's intense.
Yeah, he hits her with, you dethroned me,
Yeah.
and the partying stakes.
But he says it was grave for him. Serious. You feel the worry.
Oh, definitely. It's not just joking around. He was genuinely scared for her.
And Abby, she gets it. She promises, okay, never again.
But then, bam, straight into the next crisis.
No time to recover.
None. Travis immediately tells her, you need to call America. Turns out America and Shepley had some massive fight last night.
Right. And the urgency from Travis there, it tells you something, doesn't it? He knows how important that relationship is.
He gets the dynamics.
Yeah.
So Shepley then confesses to Abby, right? He's distraught.
Yeah, he says he was furious because America encouraged Abby's drinking. He was worried Abby would end up in the hospital.
Which is sort of understandable, but...
But he admits he went too far. Called her names, told her to get out.
And that's where Abby just explodes. She finds out Shepley let America leave, drunk.
Pure fury. She immediately jumps into mediator mode, gets on the phone, promises America that Shepley will stay put while she drives over.
It shows that loyalty, Even hungover and miserable, she steps up.
So while America and Shepley are having their lively chat outside, Travis drops this little pearl of wisdom.
Yeah, this is interesting. He says, they just came out of the honeymoon period. A first obstacle. It will be okay.
Which is pretty insightful for a guy who supposedly doesn't do serious relationships.
Right. He credits it to having 4 brothers and many friends. It suggests he's learned a lot just by, watching.
Observational empathy.
He's not just seeing, he's understanding the dynamics. Pretty deep. Okay, so that immediate crisis gets sort of managed. But then Abby and America drive off, and the car becomes this confessional booth almost.
Yeah, things get really intense in there. America is still absolutely fuming about Shepley.
And at first she kind of brushes off Abby's apology for not leaving with her, says Abby was completely out of it.
Which was true, but her anger is really about Shepley, about him calling her irresponsible.
And comparing her to Abby's past drinking, mentioning her father.
Exactly, saying she saw Abby drink hundreds of dollars worth, twice as much as her dad. That's a low blow. Made her feel like a kid, she says, not his girlfriend. A real breach of trust.
Totally. But then, whoosh, the conversation just flips.
Right on to Abby and her whole situation with Parker and Travis.
America doesn't hold back at all. She basically accuses Abby of sneaking off with Parker at the party.
The party Travis threw for Abby.
Right. Accuses her of going off to fondle fool around in a corner with Parker. It's blunt.
Forces Abby to confront how messy it all looks.
And then America lays out all these observations about how Travis has changed drastically.
Yeah, what does she list?
Okay, so he doesn't fight anymore. He never goes out without Abby. Hasn't brought other girls home since The Rutting twins incident.
Which sounds like a story in itself.
Definitely sounds like a past Travis thing. And importantly, he hasn't assassinated Parker despite the obvious tension there.
She's basically building a case.
A strong one, and then she just drops it. Abby's afraid people think she's dating both because it's the truth. Or at least that's America's take.
Oof, it's gotta sting.
It really highlights how much Abby seems to be influencing Travis's behavior, even if she doesn't admit it.
And America keeps pushing, right? Asks if Abby sees anything a little wrong with the whole setup.
Yeah, like praising Parker, going to fancy restaurants with him, talking for hours.
But then coming back to sleep next to Travis every night.
It's laying bare the contradiction, forcing Abby to look at it.
And America's summary. It's incredibly sharp.
Super sharp. Travis is the one you want, and Parker is the one you think you need. Boom.
Wow. That just cuts right to the core of Abby's conflict.
And she tells Abby, basically, if you don't like what people are saying, you need to change something. Because Travis has done this huge 180-degree turn.
And Parker's the one benefiting from the confusion right now.
Exactly. It's a call to action.
But Abby pushes back a bit, reminds America that just last week, she wanted Abby to leave Travis.
Yeah, and America's response is interesting. She says her concern has shifted. Now she's worried for Abby because you're crazy about each other, so do something. America sees the connection now. Undeniable chemistry.
So Abby tries to explain her thing with Parker.
Hmm.
It's about her dad, Mick.
Right. Parker is the absolute opposite of her father. She's scared Travis represents that same path, that same danger.
Her past trauma influencing her present choices.
Totally. But America shuts that down. She says Travis is not like your father, and Abby is seriously underestimating how attached Travis is to her.
Challenging those deep-seated fears. It's heavy stuff for a car ride.
It really is. But despite all that intensity, America does soften up.
And Abby nudges her.
Yeah, prompts her, and America decides, okay, she'll go back to Shepley.
And that resolution, it's actually quite touching.
It is. Shepley gives this really vulnerable apology, asks her to stay, says he doesn't know what I would do without you. It feels genuine.
And America's forgiveness is so simple. You're an arrogant little jerk, but I still love you.
Yeah, it shows the strength of their bond, you know? They can fight like that and come back.
And Abby watches this, feeling like she did a good job. A little win for her amidst her own chaos. Okay, so they get back to the apartment. And Travis has a surprise.
A furry one. He gives Abby a puppy. A Karen Terrier.
Which she names Toto, like Wizard of Oz. Cute. But Travis seems nervous giving it to her.
Yeah, and then he admits he drove 3 hours to get it, lied about going to the garage. This wasn't spontaneous. It was planned, calculated almost.
It shows a level of effort, of investment we haven't maybe seen before.
Definitely. And his reason, well, it's a little manipulative, but also kind of sweet.
How so?
He basically says, I'll take care of him for you when you go back to the dorms. That way I know you'll come visit.
So it's a way to keep her tethered to him.
Pretty much. And he admits he'd do anything for the smile you have right now. It's about maintaining that connection.
Later they're in bed, and Abby thanks him for staying with her when she was sick.
And this is where Travis says something really surprising. He calls that awful night.
The night she was throwing up?
Yes, that night.
Right.
He calls it one of the best of my life.
Seriously, how does he explain that?
He says it was because he was staying with you when you were sick and seeing you fall asleep on my knees. He even jokes she was attractive with her head in the toilet bowl.
Wow. That's incredibly tender. Yeah. Seeing past the absolute worst moment and finding value in just being there.
It really shows this capacity for deep, unconditional care. It's a huge character moment for him.
But, you know, the peace doesn't last long in this story.
Nope. Next morning, trouble arrives. Shepley brings the news.
Campus rumors. The gossip mill is churning.
And it's not good. First rumor, Travis brought Abby home drunk. Vague, but not great.
Then the second one hits harder.
Much harder. That Abby slept with Parker and then let Travis drive her home. The implication is clear.
Yeah, Abby spells it out. So I'm the campus slut, basically. Just like that, her reputation is trashed.
And Travis's reaction is immediate. Blames himself.
Says if it were anyone else involved with her, nobody would say such things about you. That protective instinct just flares right up.
He feels responsible because his reputation is dragging hers down.
Which leads us directly to the cafeteria scene.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this is where it ignites. Chris Jenks starts taunting Travis.
Starts implying things about Travis and Abby sleeping together.
And then he pushes it way too far, asks if he can try my luck if Travis isn't interested.
Okay, that's not just teasing anymore. That's a direct provocation.
Absolutely. It's challenging Travis, insulting Abby, using the rumors as a weapon in this public space.
And Travis just snaps.
Completely loses it, attacks Chris, punching him over and over.
And nobody steps in.
Nope. His reputation precedes him. Everyone's too scared.
Until Abby screams. That's the only thing that stops him.
Yeah, her voice cuts through his rage.
Yeah.
It highlights, again, her unique power over him.
But afterwards, Abby is hesitant to even go near him, understandably.
Self-preservation kicks in, but America pushes her.
Reminds her, your voice was the only thing that stopped him. You must talk to him.
It puts Abby in this difficult position. She's scared, but she's also the only one who might be able to reach him.
So she decides to face him. But Shepley warns her first. Yeah, says Travis is still very on edge, doesn't want to see her, thinks Travis feels bad for losing it in front of her.
Like shame is part of it.
Definitely. But Abby goes in anyway, finds him withdrawn, profoundly sad.
And he confesses, eventually. Says he got a little carried away defending her. But that's not the whole story, is it?
Not even close. Then comes the real confession. The deeper truth.
Okay, what is it?
He admits he was actually awake when Parker saw them in bed together earlier.
The morning after the party.
Yes. And he intentionally didn't correct Parker's assumption that something had happened between them.
Wait, so he wanted Parker to think they'd slept together?
Exactly. He admits it, and now, because of that, the whole campus thinks she slept with both of us the same night.
Wow. That's manipulative. He kind of set her up for this rumor mill.
He did. It exposes this darker, possessive side, this desperate need to stake a claim, even if it hurts her reputation.
But he apologizes. Says he should have explained for her.
Yes, he does apologize. And Abby's reaction is, again, surprising. She's not angry about the reputation part.
She says, I don't care about my reputation.
Right. And then she kind of teases him, where is the Travis who doesn't care what people think?
Turning it back on him.
Yeah.
Because he clearly does care about what people think of her.
Precisely. He admits he saw her face when she heard the rumors, says he doesn't want you to suffer because of me, even claims he'd cut off an arm before hurting her.
So despite the manipulation, the protective instinct is still overwhelming for him.
It seems so. They end up just sitting there holding each other, a moment of quiet vulnerability after the storm.
But there's another layer to the apology later. Right.
Yes, later that evening. Travis pulls her aside again. He needs to clarify why he beat up Chris Jenks.
Okay, what was the specific trigger?
It wasn't just the general taunting. It was when Chris said he wanted to be next on the list.
Meaning, next to sleep with Abby.
Exactly, that was the line. It confirms his reaction wasn't just general defense, it was deeply possessive. Like, how dare anyone else even suggest wanting her?
Which raises that whole question again, where does protection end and possessiveness begin?
Yeah.
Especially in a relationship this undefined.
It's such a blurry line for them, but Abby's response is powerful.
What'd she say?
She just cuts through all the drama. You know what? I don't care. I'm sick of having to explain our friendship to everyone. Let them go to hell.
Wow. A huge moment for her. Taking control, defining things on her own terms, dismissing the outside noise.
It really is. And Travis's reaction to that is so telling.
His expression softens. He smiles.
Yeah. But then he asks, our friendship, sometimes I wonder if you listen to what I tell you.
Ah. So while she's claiming friendship, he's gently pointing out that his feelings, his actions, everything he's told her non-verbally goes way beyond that.
Exactly. It highlights that gap between her label and his reality, or at least his perception of their reality. The unspoken is screaming loud.
Which brings us to the final scene in this chapter. Abby's lying with Travis, thinking about leaving his apartment soon.
Yeah, she mentions having only 2 more weeks there, tries to keep it light, asks what he'll do to spice up his life when she's gone.
But she senses something deeper is bothering him, despite his casual reply.
She does. And then Travis asks this really pivotal question.
Do you trust me, Poulette? Using his nickname for her.
Mm-hmm. And Abby says yes. She affirms that trust.
And his response.
He just opens his arms, an invitation.
And she accepts. Lies on his chest. She admits she doesn't know what's really troubling him, but she couldn't say no.
It shows that underneath all the chaos and confusion, this fundamental trust exists between them. It allows for intimacy, even without full understanding.
And the chapter ends with Abby's thought.
This really powerful reflection, because being thus stretched out with him at this precise moment was the answer to all our questions.
Okay, wow. Let's try and unpack that ending and everything we've just gone through. That was a seriously turbulent 24 hours.
Absolutely. We went from a brutal hangover to relationship explosions, campus-wide rumors, physical violence, deep confessions.
It feels like all the usual pretenses just got stripped away by the intensity of it all.
I think that's exactly it. The chaos acted like a pressure cooker, forcing these characters to confront what they really feel and prioritize.
We saw the raw pain when a relationship like America and Shepley's hits a wall.
But also the fierce loyalty, like Abby mediating or America confronting Abby out of worry.
And that really complicated line Travis walks between protecting Abby and, well, trying to control the situation, sometimes manipulatively.
Yeah, that protectiveness versus possessiveness theme is huge here. How fine is that line, really?
The story really pushes you to think about reputation, too. How much weight do you give what others think versus, just being authentic?
And how all that external pressure, the rumors, the confrontations, actually ends up revealing so much internal truth about who these characters are and what they want. Abby's shift from worrying about being called a slut to saying let them go to hell is massive.
It's like these intense moments become these catalysts, right? Forcing self-discovery, forcing clarity in the relationships, even if it's unspoken.
Exactly. That final scene suggests an understanding, an answer that doesn't need words. The shared vulnerability, the trust, speaks volumes after everything that happened.
So we'll leave you with this to think about. If that moment, Abby lying on Travis's chest, truly felt like the answer to all our questions, what were those fundamental questions being answered for them about love, trust, identity?
And maybe more importantly, as Abby's planned departure looms just 2 weeks away, what new questions does that profound, unspoken answer raise for their future? Where do they possibly go from here?